Hello everybody, it's TMOG 217. Welcome to a LEGO Marvel Mech set review. To have a look at set number 76202, Wolverine Mech Armor. This set contains 141 pieces and released in April of 2022 and contains one minifigure. So here we have the mech build. It looks okay. It's your typical Marvel mech styled build. You got the Wolverine claws using these blade pieces. They kind of seem a little bit oversized, but they kind of fit as well with the theme of the size of the mech. You do have posable hands on either side, but they can't really grip anything. They're just there kind of for show, if I'm being honest. You do have some printed tiles with a 1x2 at the front here to make up the belt, and then an X with a printed piece right there to make up the logo for the chest of the mech. This uses a pretty cool, unique color scheme for this mech. Overall, the posability of this mech is quite nice. You can get some pretty cool poses out of this mech, if I'm being fairly honest. However, they did change up the build formula that makes up the mech. They changed up how the legs are made for whatever reason, and I'm not quite sure if I'm a fan of this because, yeah, you can kind of get this into like a little bit of a kicking position, but it kind of restricts the legs a little bit more than, say, last year's mechs, where you had a lot more range of motion for the mechs. And for that reason, I kind of like the older style build for the legs. It just seems a lot more unique and better overall. This new formula seems kind of restricting. I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to modify it to be like the old version, but just this is the way it comes built, with a unique build to make up the legs using the Mixel ball joints, which also makes it so that the legs aren't even square and centered, which is kind of weird because it really sticks out the more you look at it up close. It doesn't line up as well as, say, the other one. It's not something I am a huge fan of, but besides that, it's a fine, posable mech. You do have enough space inside, or if you flip this down, you can fit the included minifigure using that technique right there. No weapon storage, but then again, this works without needing weapon storage, so that's fine. But overall, fairly posable mech. Only issue is the legs being a little bit of an issue for me personally, but overall, a fun little build. Anyway, speaking of the minifigure, let's have a closer look at the Wolverine minifig. So here we have the minifigure that's included in the set. You have Wolverine. This figure is exclusive just to this set. The only thing that currently isn't really exclusive to this set is the legs and the cowl piece. The cowl piece was first used in a 2014 magnet set as well as an actual set, but it's nice that we get this reintroduced almost 10 years later, basically. And removing that, you can see that the facial expression kind of has him with goggles on, which looks fairly cool. A lot better than just a white band across the top like they do with the old Batman figures. And you do have the option to display the figure without that band piece, so that kind of looks like that. Kind of gives him another alternate mask look of sorts, I guess, for the figure. Although it does kind of make me wish that this figure did come with a alternate hair piece for you to swap out with. He does have the claw talon pieces, but those are common as whatever, but it still makes sense why this figure includes it. Very simplistic minifigure, but is very nicely detailed regardless, so it's definitely a nice figure to get with this set. Anyway, let's have a look at what else this set includes. Taking a quick look at the instructions, you have the box art along with a QR code if you want to build the set digitally. Nothing much to it for the Marvel mech. I do love the little progress bar that they've been doing with a lot of their LEGO sets nowadays. It's just a fun little addition to them, but it's your typical Marvel mech build. Besides that, flipping to the very back of the instructions, you got some advertisements for the other two Marvel mechs that were released in April of 2022, and then you just have a parts listing and then a win at the back. In terms of extra parts, this is what I got in my copy of the set. Overall, this is a really fun mech. It's cheap and affordable. I can see a lot of people picking this up just for the Wolverine figure because it's been so long since we've gotten an actual set with Wolverine in it. The build is alright. My main complaint is just with the legs not being even. I'm not a huge fan of the build of it. But besides that, the mech is your typical Marvel mech build with a few exclusive tiles. But, yeah, I'd say pick this up if you are a fan of X-Men or just want a Wolverine figure. Again, it's nice, cheap, and affordable. So, yeah, those are more or less my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this review, consider leaving a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit that bell notification, it'd be very much appreciated. Check out the social media links in the description below, and yeah, again, thank you very so much for watching, and I'll see you all in a future video. Till then, see you later.